Hello everyone, welcome back to Power Art. Today we're going to be reacting to another death battle. We're closing in on the end of Season 2, a death battle. This is Beast versus Goliath. Marvel versus Gargoyles. So yeah, I remember seeing a few episodes of Gargoyles growing up. I have not seen all of it. I know, crucify me. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm also got Beast. I've seen the X-Men movies, so I know a bit about him. I don't know much about his comics. Um, I have heard that some people. This was I think people wanted this for the rematch probe, which, funnily enough, we just got with Master Chief and Doomslayer coming out just recently. That they wanted this to be on there and win because they didn't like. I don't think they. I think it was because portrayal of the characters were off. I could be off on that. Not that deep into like versus fan group the community. Uh, Mostly because I don't want spoilers for episodes that I have not seen yet, like this. So we'll watch it and make the decision together. So here we go.
Some of the greatest heroes of all are shunned by the very people they continue to protect.
Basically the worst deal ever.
Like Beast, the blue genius of the X-Men.
And Goliath, the gargoyle who gives new meaning to the phrase tough as stone. He's wears an iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
Okay,
would win a death battle.
Okay.
Mutation, the key to evolution. The process is slow, normally taking thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
If that means we're all eventually gonna transform into blue hairy monkey men, count me out.
Feared by most normal people, mutants generally begin to show signs of their uniqueness around puberty.
That guy
Not so
died.
for Hank McCoy.
That died. That dude died. He's dead.
Yeah, the instant he popped out, it was pretty clear that something was different about him. Namely the giant monkey hands and feet. Whew, that must have been rough on the way out. He better give dear old mom double the presents on Mother's Day.
Though Hank successfully hid his mutation from the world throughout his adolescent life, he was eventually discovered and shunned. Constantly harassed and eventually kicked out of his own school, he was left to wallow in loneliness.
Until good old Wheels showed up and offered him a place on the mutant group known as the X-Men. Hank took on the nickname that was previously used to degrade him and transformed it into something new. His code name, the Beast.
When did he become a blue werewolf though? It seemed like he was just a human with ape appendages.
As an X-Man, Beast became an integral member of this uncanny team. His superhuman strength, speed, and durability let him go toe-to-toe with baddies like the immovable Blob and Kraven the Hunter.
But Beast was a genius, like yours truly,
Okay.
and quickly completed his doctoral studies. Eventually leaving the X-Men, he became a leading researcher in mutant genetics. Desperate to cure the mutant phenomenon, Beast developed a serum which he theorized would temporarily
Okay.
counteract the mutated genes in his body.
Except it kind of did the opposite. Poor guy, now he truly was a beast. His transformation wasn't all bad though. Fuzzy Beast could now lift over 10 tons, run over 40 miles per hour, and jump over 25 feet in the air.
He also had a wicked healing factor which made him essentially bulletproof.
Okay.
But this was nerfed dramatically from healing instantaneously to over a couple of hours when Quasimodo's experiments turned him blue.
For a scientific genius, he never did quite figure out how to turn back to his old self. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been able to turn into a Catman, a Horseman, Blue Kelsey Grammer, and even Sasquatch. Somehow, he always ends up as his classic blue ape self.
Now unable to hide in plain sight, Beast had little choice but to return to the X-Men as a teacher and a leader.
As my research makes evident, it is possible to enhance the intelligence of mollusca cephalopoda, such as the squid, to the same level as that of the average human. even a little above average. I'm afraid
Okay.
I must leave early, so I'll hand you over to my new teaching assistant, Mr. Cephalopod.
Hold on, everyone. Now, where were we? I asked the neurological aspects of cognitive intelligence. Were there any questions?
Beast isn't just a genius,
Interesting.
he's also a ridiculously strong fighter. He has survived hits from the Juggernaut, smashed open a tank with his bare fists, hit the
Okay,
ground
okay.
with a punch so hard he created an earth-shattering shockwave, and lifted a solid gold oak tree.
A cubic foot of gold weighs approximately 1 ton, comparing the diameter of the
There's some Minecraft Brock. We're getting Steve. If only. Steve never came.
tree to Hank's height, it's reasonable to believe that this golden tree weighs at least 60 tons.
Or a shit ton to be precise.
Despite his athletic skill and enormous strength, Beast is a pacifist, preferring diplomacy over fisticuffs. He is rarely eager to enter a fight. In combat, he usually relies
Okay.
on his teammates to throw punches while he holds back to come up with game-winning strategies using his brilliant mind. Like the time he figured out how to use Juggernaut's own bulk against him.
As Archimedes said when he discovered the principle of displacement, Eureka.
But when he gets angry, he'll enter a rage which makes him so uncontrollably fierce, he's a danger even to his closest friends. Literally unleashing the beast within.
Beast's monstrous appearance remained a permanent part of his life. He was never truly accepted by society, and even had to leave the woman he loved for fear she would become a target of mutant haters.
Okay.
But if he could have his way, he would spend his days hanging from the ceiling with a nice cup of tea reading Shakespeare. But we don't always get what we want, so he'll have to settle for kicking ass.
With faint heart, averted
Okay.
feet, and many a tear, in our opposed path to persevere. A minor poet for a minor obstacle.
Okay. Okay. Early death battle is very hard for me to predict on who wins and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, current record for predictions is 28-17. Forgot to mention that at the beginning. Beast just has a bad backstory. Not bad backstory, like sad, bad backstory. Yeah. I think the Go Tree feat is a red herring. I think the one right before that they said was where it's like an earth shattering punch to the ground. Feat that might be more impactful that it would save until afterwards. We'll find out though.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled.
Okay.
It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles.
And badass cartoon intros.
Stone by day, warriors by night, gargoyles used to be common throughout the world. Like the stone statues they inspired, gargoyles
Okay.
were known as protectors. Guarding their home and those inside was always their top priority.
It's not every day your garden statue is also your top billed bodyguard. Otherwise, I'd have a shitload more lawn gnomes.
Okay.
In the year
okay.
994 AD, a clan of gargoyles formed a symbiotic relationship with the humans of a Scottish castle. Using their superhuman strength, keen senses, and warrior spirit, the gargoyles defended the castle from invaders at night. In return, their human allies would watch over them during the day when they are most vulnerable, as gargoyles turn to solid stone in daylight.
The gargoyles were led by Goliath, a creature with a voice so
Okay.
sexy it makes humans turn to stone. If you know what I'm saying.
You are trespassing.
Okay, that is it.
Unfortunately, due to their beastly appearance, Goliath's clan eventually faced unjust.
Oh, is he Keith David? Who voices Goliath in Gargoyles? Keith David. He, my God, it is Keith David. He's a cat now and has been. Hotel. Fuck. Let's go.
just prejudice from the very humans under their protection.
We are most seriously displeased to allow beasts in the dining hall.
These are unnatural creatures. No good can come from associating with them.
If that wasn't bad enough, Goliath was betrayed by his closest human friend, causing nearly his entire clan to be smashed to bits. Then the few that did survive were magically sealed in stone forever by a misinformed wizard. Talk about a shitty Monday.
Sealed in stone forever, or until one very specific, seemingly impossible criteria was met.
The terms of the spell were that they would sleep until the castle rises above the clouds.
And when he says above the clouds, he means it literally. So, stone they remain for 1,000 years until in 1994.
Some billionaire with a name that sounds like an antidepressant just happened to be crazy enough to try something.
Damn.
Xanatos moved every last stone of the ancient castle to the top of his New York skyscraper, which
Why? That just seems so excessive. Why would you do that?
The clouds.
The cost of which must have been astronomical.
Don't disappoint me.
Fuck, that's a good soundtrack there.
Curse was broken, the gargoyles awoke once again, and Goliath was tasked with leading his clan into the modern world. Despite being completely out of his element, Goliath adapted surprisingly fast.
You mean he was texting and watching cat videos in no time?
No, this was the 90s.
Oh, so he wore crazy colored clothing and used nonsensical description words like bodacious, radical, or...
Jalapeno.
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 Jalapeno. Okay.
Damn it.
Turns out Goliath was naturally suited to traverse the broad expanse of the city with his enormous wings. Though to be clear, Goliath insists that he can't fly, only glide on the wind.
Which I insist is bullshit. What else would you call what's happening right here other than friggin' flying?
Regardless of wind direction and speed, it seems Goliath has no trouble gliding wherever he wants to go. He only has issue taking off from the ground, requiring an elevated point to start from.
Good thing he can scale giant skyscrapers from ground level without breaking a sweat. Goliath is strong enough to lift a car, create a small earthquake, and tear through steel with his bare claws, like it was wet paper.
He's fast enough to keep pace with foes who use rocket-powered flight, and he's tough enough to survive a fall over 100 feet.
He was even able to keep gliding after being shot by a Nazi plane's machine gun while fighting in World War II. He traveled through time. It was weird.
What? That's crazy. You're crazy.
Goliath may look like a brutal monster, and he certainly can be when he goes into a rage. However, he's actually rather clever and wise. He was able to outsmart Oberon, who is practically an all-powerful magical god. And when Goliath's not leading his clan into battle or struggling to have a relationship with a human detective,
boundaries!
He's usually holed up in his castle's library, reading.
Wise and powerful, Goliath is a true force of nature. For 12 hours of the day.
Right, the other 12, he's a motionless stone statue, making him a pretty easy target. Even when he's awake, Goliath often puts himself in danger for the sake of others, regardless of the risk.
Hey, he's managed to survive for over 1,000 years, and believe me when I say, you do not want to be on this gargoyle's bad side.
My name is Goliath, and I belong to no one.
Stop whining.
A gargoyle doesn't whine. He roars!
Okay, Spawn. Okay, Spawn. Who do I go with?
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Fuck, I don't know. My official guess is Beast. I'm going to go with Beast. Okay. Okay. Don't know how I feel about that. About how that opened. I feel like it could have opened better. At least it could have some dialogue there. Okay. Body on the side of the building. Okay. My car. Fuck. Oh shit.
They never show you that shit on 90s cartoons.
Beast and Goliath were pretty even.
Well, fuck. Well, that sucks for me. Ay, caramba.
In terms of strength and speed, making this more so a battle of wit and experience.
I don't like that they didn't talk. A lot of the analysis is that they're both smart and very clever. So I don't understand why they wouldn't have a little dialogue.
Beast was always more of a team player, preferring not to fight directly unless absolutely necessary.
And since Goliath spent decades defending his ancient castle in New York from Vikings, thugs, magic beings, and ghosts, his combat experience trumped Beast's.
Also, be careful not to misinterpret Beast's golden tree feat. While it might sound far more impressive than anything Goliath has done, Beast did not actually lift the whole 60-plus ton tree off the ground. It's nothing surpassing his usual feats.
Hey, one time, Goliath got nailed in the back by an anti-aircraft round. That's right, Goliath got shot by a gun designed to destroy airplanes, got back up and dropped a radio tower on the fools that tried it.
And Beast didn't wait until sunrise for an advantage for two reasons. One, he didn't know what would happen because gargoyles in his universe don't share the stone by day rule. And second, Beast isn't tough enough to stand against Goliath for 12 hours straight. Finally, Beast has fought somebody similar to Goliath named the Griffin, and only survived the fight due to his fellow X-Men Angel's help.
In the end, Beast just didn't have the heart to keep up with the gargoyle.
The winner is Goliath.
Okay. I'm okay with the explanation. The golden tree freak did catch me, but I thought that when they said earth-shattering punch, I thought that was going to play a part of something else. Guess it did not. That's fine. Again, my only big complaint and stuff is the lack of dialogue in the fight. Like, didn't need much, just like one or two lines in it to start it, instead of them just acting like animals. This is my opinion. Yeah. Visual video will be linked down in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Until right down there, give this video a like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I've been John, and I'll be seeing you.